right, so hello everybody. After a marital spat, we decided that this is episode 61. And this is a special episode because we're trying something new yet again. And I love this idea. I don't know how it really came about on the last episode when we had Zach on, but it was a great idea. And to me, it's essentially taking our Choose Your Destiny and kind of just imploding it to a whole episode. And I'm calling it the Showdown. That's how I'll title the video. And
I like it.
we're picking two different things that are similar, and we're gonna really just really go into more depth. And so, with that said, I also didn't have time, but I did get the first segment, but I decided not to do it. Choose Your Destiny, because this is a giant Choose Your Destiny.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
like, what are we gonna do? Talk about this for forever, and then all right, now what do you? Yeah, so we'll see how it works. But anyway, we decided to go head to head against two big, heavy '90s contenders in the survival movie genre, and we're gonna be talking about Hard Target versus Surviving the Game. And but before we get into that, let's just kind of talk about what's been new. The same old, same old. If Todd's got anything new he wants to show off and brag about, I see a box back there. Is that a DVD box? What is that?
Yeah, that's something I'm going to talk about here in a minute.
Okay. So, but that's what I'm asking you about now. Did you get something?
Okay, so yeah, so here's the story on this. So I was browsing around. I have a retro section on the side of my room over here where I have a TV from the 80s. I have VCR from the 80s set up with VHS players and everything like that. So I was looking for a retro DVD player. And when I found a retro DVD, or when I was looking for a retro DVD player, I was like, huh, what can I get? So I was thinking about when back in 1997, what DVD player did I want the most? And the DVD player I got here is the very first DVD player to ever come out.
That's the OG.
This is the hold on. So yeah, this Panasonic, I got this for $20. It was brand new, open box, but never used. This thing is the Panasonic A300. So there was three models that came out. There was a Toshiba one that came out. There was a Panasonic A100 that came out, and then this A300. The three that came out in March of 1997. This was the high-end model. So this was like an $800 unit right here. I got it for $20 online, of course, but it comes with a box. It comes with everything. I mean, the old instructions. It's just a really cool piece of history. I was looking on this, and they actually have the manufacturing shipping label on here. So this was shipped from Panasonic to Montgomery Ward. Remember Montgomery Ward?
Old school.
Let's see, 7/30/1997. So this is the first unit. This was a hi-fi, so pretty much like a really good CD player. Let me pull it out real quick.
Sorry for the yawning, everybody. I don't feel very good. I'm sick. I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they were talking about going on and on about how it's so rude to yawn when somebody's talking to you. I'm like, I never really thought that. It's like, dude, if you're fucking tired, you're tired. Yeah, that's a beaut, man. So I have to ask, what is the point just to archive it and to have it, because, or is it actual utility? Because why would you not want to upscale your DVDs on something?
Archive. So I'm kind of a history nerd, and when it comes to old technology and stuff, like I have a TV from the 80s that I had when I was younger, and then also I have like something I wanted. Like I don't have my OG DVD player that I got because this one was one of them that I couldn't afford, that sort of thing. And it's $20. I mean, I'll use it occasionally. I really don't care if it's not like the best DVD player out there, but the fact that this is the first DVD player that ever came out is pretty cool, and it comes in the original box and everything. So stuff like that, history, when it comes to stuff like that, I enjoy more than the actual product itself, if that makes sense. Like the quality of what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I get it.
So yeah, I was pretty happy with this, and the fact that I got it for $20, I'm like, hell yeah, I'm just gonna pick it up. So I turned it on. It works. It's great.
What'd you
So
test it? What'd you test with it? Dawn of the Dead.
no, I watched Ernest Goes to Camp.
Mm.
Watched that. That was on widescreen, so I was like, fuck, I gotta find something full screen. I haven't checked anything full screen yet, but
And you have it hooked to your 80s TV.
yeah, yep. My 80s TV in the corner, which I have a VCR, and then all my VHS I watch there too. So I have it on a switcher, so I just hit the top button and it switches from DVD player to VCR to Sega Genesis, that sort of thing. So I just like to have my own setup. Occasionally, I like to go over there, and I don't like to watch DVDs on HDTV. I think it was like shit. So the fact that I still watch DVDs, it's more enjoyable if it's on a CRT. So,
Well, how often are you watching DVDs, and how often are you really watching VHS?
maybe once a week.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you watch a VHS or DVD if you own it on a better format?
Yes, absolutely.
So you'll still like pop in
Mm-hmm.
a VHS of Evil Dead, for example. If you
Yep.
have, why? Is it just why? I have to know.
I like to watch the different transfers, like especially like my favorite films like Dawn of the Dead. I can tell the different transfers from VHS to DVD to, of course, Blu-ray, and of course to 4K, and they're all different. Like they all have little idiosyncrasies, that sort of thing, that I can tell. Normal people wouldn't care, but I'm just a nerd.
But is it also just that mental illness of like, hey, what clearly looks fucking worse and is very much an inconvenience? I like it because it's nostalgic.
That too.
Like you just like the tracking and all that bullshit. And
That too.
Interesting.
And the fact that it's like right next to my work desk too. So like
Oh.
if I'm not working, if I'm taking a break, I could sit there and watch something, that sort of thing. So
Or watch something while you're working.
No, I really don't do that, but I usually listen to music. I got the record player for that, but I don't know. I thought it was a cool find, and I did a lot of research on it, and because I wanted to find something old, and because those things they're like tanks, which I like. I like the old DVD players. The newer they got, the quality just went down, in my opinion. So,
well,
do you remember those? I was also doing research on. I might do a whole video on this one time. We've already done a history of old media on Video Rot, but I might do like a separate video. The first DVD to ever come out was Twister, and it was a THX DVD. So, well, of course, flapper case, but now it's like it's impossible to find because people are, of course, they're on eBay and people are keeping those for themselves for like the first DVD ever. I find the history cool when it comes to physical media, so I'm into that shit.
Those flapper cases are hideous, though.
They are, but
they look terrible.
I have Surviving the Game flapper case. I should have grabbed that.
Oh, you do on DVD? Cool.
I have it on VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray now. So,
which, by the way, speaking of Surviving the Game, it was Shout put it out, right?
Yeah.
So, it's got a Blu-ray out, so I figured, okay, well, it's gonna have an HD like digital. No, I had to rent it, and it's only available in SD. So I had to fucking pay money to rent an SD, and they had it full screen, and it just looked all blown out. It did not look great. And I'm spoiled too. Like I can clearly tell this is what a DVD looked like, or a DVD on an HDD or HDD TV. And it's just, I don't know. A Blu-ray is totally fine. Blu-ray quality HD is totally passable. Like I don't have to have 4K to enjoy it. But literally, like SD, I don't know. Like we are below my standard now.
I don't know. I was the new Blu-ray that came out. It looks great for the movie. The outdoor scenes look really good. But it was scanned on the inner positive, so it doesn't look as good as it could. And it's not if it was in 4K, dude, I don't know. I like the VHS and I like the 4K, but I want every format pretty much for my favorite movies. That's it though.
Got it.
Hey.
No, I get it. I just don't have any space, man. You're running out of space. Like the second you pulled out that tank, I'm like, man, like where are you sticking that thing?
Oh, I got it stacked in my media center over
So it's
there.
not really taking up too much room.
No, no, it's sitting on top of my VCR.
Okay, well that's cool. Have I gotten any? I haven't really. I haven't really gotten anything. Trying not to spend a lot of money. I'm trying to because I know I'm gonna have to spend a shit ton of money here soon for that movie. Because I kind of hit a roadblock there finding an editor and stuff, and we're kind of talking to a post house now, and it's just, oh, I don't know. I'm just tired of dropping money, man. But I'm too invested. I can't just not drop more money. I'm already like fucking 11.5 in the hole on it. What am I gonna do? Stop? Am I gonna stop over like a grand or two? I can't. You know what I
I,
mean? So,
I
so
just dropped 500 today on my dog. She has a bladder infection. I had to
yeah.
take her in. Man, pets are expensive as hell.
Yeah, well, and then we have open enrollment right now, and I just added the wife, obviously, to my
Mm-hmm.
insurance. And for the first time ever, I was really looking at the pet insurance. But my dog, it's just he's not old enough where I'm
Yeah,
not because pet insurance is expensive.
yeah.
Even like through your employer, it's relatively expensive compared to your others. And I just he's only 3, or is he actually? Maybe he's turning 4 next year, but still, I feel like I can save the money for now. For maybe when he gets a little older. I don't know what age I should like worry about that, and then get the insurance. I don't know
A
if it's like
couple years I would recommend because they don't do like pre-existing conditions. She has like bad skin. She has bladder problems. Like I tried to get it, but they wouldn't cover anything because she has pre-existing shit. So
pre-existing, as in it exists. Like they didn't. It did not exist before, like when they checked her out. So they would have had to have checked her out, and that didn't exist, right? Like if you bring her in
the
with anything,
the first time that she comes in, she had bladder stones once.
they
So they were
consider that pre-existing
yeah,
because it's like,
yeah,
hey, we never saw her without this. So,
yeah, yeah.
um, yeah. So I don't know. Like, what do you think? When he's 5, I should worry about it, or 10? Like, I don't really know.
I check the dog's life expectancy and see how, and then I'd probably go, yeah, maybe 5. I would think.
I don't know. It's just fucking expensive. Hey, Rydog, Dog, what's going on, dude? Remember the separate VHS rewinders to save your player from burning out? Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Did they use those at the actual rental stores?
Yeah, they did.
That's what they use, right? I
Hmm.
mean,
Yeah, I used to have one, but it broke. So
I yeah, I like nostalgia and I like history and stuff too, but it's the same thing with like the games. I've been trying to push myself to sell all that shit because I like having it. It's just kind of nice, and I don't even really look at it all the time. But just the thought of I can go look at it if I want to, but I never do. But I'm not really gonna play it. I would rather play any of these games that are available any other way than actually plugging in a Sega Genesis. I just don't want to do that anymore, and it's hard. It's become a pain in the ass. So with that said, I'm not really crazy about watching VHS or anything like that, but I wish I would love to have my own video store where I can just go and browse the VHS. I don't necessarily want to watch them, but like I just want to scratch that nostalgic itch.
no, and
You know,
I don't collect V8. Like I get movies that aren't on DVD occasionally, but I don't collect VHS because they take up too much space. But I have a decent amount.
It would be kind of interesting, I guess, if you had like a little TV. If I had like a video store, if I had like a little TV that didn't take up any additional space, and I had it mounted to the corner of my room, like in a hospital or a video rental store, and I could just put in a VHS, like reach up there and just have it playing in the background. I mean, that would be kind of
That's
cool.
what I have, like a 13-inch. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, that would be cool, but yeah, and I don't know. I could probably see myself getting lost in the movie, just kicking back and just, oh, I don't know, but I don't know. I'm not too stuck in the past, I guess, but um I don't think I've yeah, I don't really think I've got too much to talk about as far as that stuff. The holidays are coming up, so we'll see. I did get a couple of titles from Best Buy because like they're doing the Black Friday stuff. I'm not going crazy with that. There's
I'm
not
not
a
either.
lot I want.
Mm.
I mean, like they're not exactly blowing out like boutique shit. It's just your standard blockbuster stuff. I did get a couple. I think I got Howard the Duck for like $5, 4K, and I haven't seen that since I was a little kid. I'm like, you know what? That'll be a fun. Like, why not just blast in the past? I think I got I don't even know what I got, which tells you it's a problem. But I didn't spend much. I only was getting the $5.99 stuff. I wasn't getting anything. If it was 10, I wasn't interested. But because
They have 5.99 4Ks.
yeah, Best Buy is
Oh,
having a
okay.
sale. Yeah, there's a. Well, I can tell you right now what was $5.99 real quick if you guys can bear with me here. Because I've taken part in that the last couple of years, and I've already gotten some of it's repeat stuff. Um, let me see what I got here.
The only thing I'd be interested in Scarface if they have that. I still
Nah,
don't own that.
they have some $10 stuff too. I don't think I saw Scarface. They had Godfather for I think 10.
I have the box set of that one.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, but I'll talk about it when I get that stuff in. But I haven't really got anything. Like I said, I'm kind of just stressed out and I don't know about a bunch of shit. Obviously, I'm settled back in after the wedding and all that stuff. And you guys got to forgive me. I'm sick, man. So I keep like kind of getting caught in like a brain fog and I kind of lose in the middle of me talking. I'm like, what am I doing? But yeah, I'm just kind of stressing about the flick, man, because I don't want to get too cool. If I let my engines cool in that too much, it gets harder to really, I felt like I got taken out of it for a month or whatever. And so I'm kind of getting back into that. But what else? What else? I feel like there's a bunch of stuff I wanted to talk about. My brain won't let me talk
Yeah,
about it.
I got a question for you. So, what do you got going on behind you now? Are you getting rid
Oh,
of stuff or what?
so
What's
so
that?
that's a good thing. I spent the last week. I'm out of space, so I have to like reorganize. And I bought some. I went on YouTube, went down the rabbit hole, and um, tried to look at new shelving for movies because it's like
Mhm.
I need new shelves. And I did. I got is it Oscar is the brand everybody was talking about on YouTube, all the nerds. And it's just like IKEA style, right? You could buy them on Amazon or whatever, but it's just that you assemble it yourself. But they're actually like, 6.5, 7 inch deep, so they fit movies perfectly. They're real flush. And I put two of them, and between the two of them, they hold 1,600 movies. If it up to 1,600 movies with how I want to do the shelves. So for now, I was able to unload everything on those. So except for I have some stuff back here, like this is some of that repeat shit, right? That I just need to like unload. I think for now, until I do it, I'll just probably stick them in a box. And I took everything off the shelves. I'm just kind of putting some toys and stuff on there for now.
Mhm.
It's not really lit up or displayed or anything like that. But I got my office. So you remember my office, right?
Yeah.
So I took the movies that I had on that cubicle behind me where I have the Freddy statues and all that stuff, and I put these new Oscar shelves next to my desk on the left and right, and they're going up against the wall. They look pretty cool. So I put everything over there, and then I freed up all that space on the shelving behind me, and it actually looks very home decor style. I had Eva go in there and just go ham. Like she took all my book collection and like designed them. She put plants, dude. So it looks
Nice.
it looks very nice. It looks very looks very much out of a
She's a
catalog.
great decorator. I give you
Yeah,
that.
it looks definitely like it's out of a catalog now, except I still have my Freddies and stuff on there. Which, by the way, the Freddy, I was tempted to move all that stuff too because because I want to make maximum use out of my space. Because right now
Mhm.
it's all about getting clever because there's just no space left. And Freddy and Jason fit perfectly on top of the Oscar shelves.
Mm.
On the other wall, I'm like, oh, they look so sweet. They actually, but Predator fit, but not perfectly. I'm like, I don't feel good about because Predator's a little bulkier. I'm like, I don't know if I feel good about leaving him up there because it's kind of high. It's like 6 foot tall, um, if not 7 foot tall. And the alien doesn't fit at all because he's got that big ass tail. He just because it's like only about 7 inches deep.
Yeah.
So if I had I don't know if I had two more quarter-inch quarter scales that were more regular sized, I would probably move the Freddy and Jason just so I can balance it out, two on each or whatever. But for now, it opens up opportunities for more space, which is good. And part of me is even kind of like, man, maybe I should have got the bigger ones because they have even bigger ones that go even taller. I'm like, I should just went the distance on those, but because I'm already out, they're already full. Like I,
Mm.
I freed up. I still need to not like amass anything else really. You need to slow that down, which I have because even with these movie shelves the way they are, because I have a couple like spare shelves where I put some decor and some like little toys or whatever, like that I sacrificed. Uh, eventually I'll have to sacrifice those, and then maybe I'll have like a few more shelves, but eventually that will run out too. And then what do I do? My back right over here, my back just like piling them on everywhere in all these other places. I don't know, man. It's just gotta the madness has to end. It's just like
Do they still have that Van Dam? Is that still available? Because I'd love to have that.
maybe they just announced a new one. They have a new one
Oh,
too.
really?
The same
Okay.
company. It's I don't remember which one it is. It's Bloodsport, but it's a different. It's not the. It's a different like scene.
Okay.
Actually, I'll look it up right now because it's Diamond Select.
I love the one you have. It looks awesome,
I'd
dude.
like to have the other one because I did put Van Dam on that new shelf. I moved him from. I made it less cluttered on that back one behind me, and oh look at that my producer got us an editor.
Nice.
Hold on, he was networking tonight. Sorry, I'm like, is he cheaper pro bono? That's my first. Anyway, let me look it up because Diamond Select JCVD. Yes, so I'll show it to you. I'll put it up here on the screen. Oh, that's awesome, dude. So this one, same brand, same company. I feel like I have to get it to. It's when he's training and he's wearing the fucking baked potato, like
Oh yeah. Potato
you know,
sack. Yeah.
yeah, the potato sack. He's got his bowls, dude, and he's got the gloves with the glass, the broken glass,
Oh, that's awesome.
where they dip it in the.
Yeah, you do need to get that, man.
Yeah. But the thing is, it's right now, like it says here, it's pre-order. $60. These I didn't pay no $60 for these. Most of these things go down to like 30 on Amazon.
They definitely look worth $30. I mean, they look pretty
Yeah,
solid.
but I'm not
$30.
gonna pay 60 because they've
Yeah.
all gone down to like 30, 35. And you're not paying like it's not Hot Toys. You're not paying like hundreds upon hundreds of dollars for, like a third scale, and it's super fucking like realistic. The thing you could bludgeon an intruder with it. These are made out of PVC, so it's kind of like rubber, but it's
Yeah.
quality. It looks good. No, it's not super heavy. It's made out of PVC, but it's durable. And if you want something just to look at and look fucking cool, they're awesome. You can't beat them, dude. You can get most of them for 30, $35. And they have like for nerds out there, they have comic book line like these. You can't see them because it's dark, but I stuck them on there. I moved. I've got some Spider-Man Rogues Gallery stuff. There's a Mysterio. You see Mysterio back there? He's in the green smoke.
Okay.
It's really
Yeah.
dark. But I love that Van Dam. Oh, Van Dam's right there. You see him? He's right by Mysterio. He's hiding. That's Van Dam.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I forgot.
That's
Okay, so I didn't end up putting him on there because there wasn't any room. And I got like Electro back there. So, but they're cool. They got stuff for nerdies. They got a comic line. They've got like a Van Damme like movie type line. They got so it's neat.
Oh, they have the a new one. The Final Fight head looks like where he has the bloody nose and he's like, ah.
Oh, where he's like screaming.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see
Looks
that
like
one.
that's $25.
Where is this? Is this Diamond Select though?
Yeah, Diamond Select on the website. It
Um,
says pre-order is now sold out.
let me see if it's the statue or the figure. What are we talking about?
Figure.
Yeah, like they have their figure. Like for example, they have this one. I'm not a fan of the figures. The
Okay.
diamonds. No, I don't think they. I think they look a little odd. The statues look way better. I don't know. The figures don't do much for me. But the statue looks more like him. I don't know. I don't know if they sacrificed some of that stuff to make it posable and shit like that. But I don't know. Yeah, those don't do it for me. I also have. You saw in my office. Also Diamond Select. I have the Mortal Kombat stuff. Right. So I
Yeah.
have the Raiden and the Sub Zero. Those are great. Those are cool. And they're affordable. Yeah, the tournament.
Yeah.
Look at that baked potato.
That's awesome.
Yeah, if you want to pull up the action figure you were talking about, you could tell the likeness isn't quite the same.
Yeah, I'll go back to the action figure.
Yeah, go back to that real quick. Yeah, see, look at that.
Yeah, I love this.
Yeah, that looks kind of funny and cool. But go to his regular head and look at his body. His body
Yeah.
is detailed and it looks
Yeah.
weird with all the joints. But go
Yeah.
back to look at the knee joints are ugly. Click on that. Go up. That looks way
Yeah, it doesn't look like him, dude. No.
no. So I would stick with the statues if you're cool with them just being, stationary and stuff like that. But yeah, those statues, man, all the statues that I have, I paid 35 bucks for, max. They'll,
They
they'll
need to,
fluctuate. They'll fluctuate. Like they'll all be different prices, just based on demand.
they need to come out with some Terminator ones, dude.
There's companies that put this shit out. There's other dude. I remember how like I always liked the idea of those Rambo toys that were on the Stallone shop by that one company.
Too expensive, man.
No, and they look sweet, but I've went down the rabbit hole and I've watched the YouTube reviewers who bought them. The toy, I watched a lot of toy YouTubers, and they bought them bait and switch, dude. They're like, this looks nothing like the fucking picture. They don't, dude. They look nothing like it.
Oh, that's pretty funny, dude.
Yeah. No, but listen to me. You remember how realistic those photos are in the Stallone shop?
Yeah.
They look nothing. I watch YouTubers unboxing it. They're like, wow, I'm fucking disappointed. And they look nothing like them. It's total bait and switch.
Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, look it up real quick. Stallone shop, dude. Stallone daughters, first thing that comes up. Okay. The hat, dude.
I like the fedora. That's cool, dude.
Yeah. I thought about acquiring that stuff so I can dress as Rocky for Halloween. Easy costume, dude.
I was thinking about getting the sweatpants, dude, just to like bum the sweatpants.
Okay, so like take a look at that.
That doesn't look terrible, dude.
No, yeah, I know. That looks fantastic, but the product people are getting in the mail looks nothing like it.
Oh, really?
No, I'll find a link and I'll show you. Keep that up. Keep that up because I'm going to show you, and I'm so happy.
Go back to this one. I think that'd be awesome, dude, to have that.
What is it?
With his with Butkus and then
yeah, but
and the turtles, dude.
Oh, dude, look at that, dude. They have a Cobra, dude. Cobretti. Sly Stallone Shop 1/6 scale toy, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've watched some YouTubers and they are very the quality control is not consistent. Who's Ace Toys, dude?
I have no idea.
Who makes that one? Does it say who makes that?
Let's see.
Hell, is this the same one? Hold on.
This is a 6 scale. I mean, that looks great right there, dude.
Hold on.
Is that cloth too? Is that
cloth? I don't know.
Oh, that one's 380. That one's. Oh. That's funny, dude.
Look at this, dude. Okay, I'm going to show you this, man.
All right, hold on.
Oh, damn it. Another fucking ad.
You want me to stop sharing?
Yeah, stop sharing. I'll
Okay.
All right, hold on. All right, so let me share this. Oh, come on, man. Presents.
Oh my god. Dude, you got to see this Cobra figure, dude.
Go ahead and share it.
This is ridiculous, dude. It's funny, dude. All right, let me share. Hold on. You'll love this.
Is it the one that I saw from the Stallone shop? Yeah, it looks fucking sweet, dude.
Look at that's no way the action figure looks that good, dude. Look at his face.
Lucy, does it have a picture of the actual toy?
That can't be real, dude.
I mean, I don't know. For the money these cost, they should.
I mean, that looks exactly like him. His face, dude.
Look at his like lips, dude. His chin, dude. It's perfect. I want a Nighthawk Stallone.
Oh, that's awesome.
Look at that, dude.
That's awesome, dude.
Stunting. You're the disease, not the cure.
Oh, that's sweet.
I don't know, man.
There's no way. That looks Photoshop, that face, dude.
Yeah, and the thing is I've seen videos where I guess they have videos where Stallone is
That's
doing
fucking cool.
unboxings.
Look at the stand. That's awesome. The Cobra.
There's videos out there where Stallone's doing unboxing of the stuff. Look at that. There's videos. So maybe there's products that do look good, but that one right there, the one with butt kiss, there's a video I was trying to share that is that one, and it looks fucking nothing like it. It's like what it literally looks like a knockoff from China.
So what's the difference between the deluxe edition and the ultimate edition?
I don't know. You'd have to
6
click on it.
scale.
Probably-
Maybe they redid it because
Looks like he's got more than one head, like a head swap. Why would you want the one without the hat?
I know exactly.
Looks like Tony Danza without the hat.
It does.
Yeah. Anyway, well, let's move on from this. This stuff is too expensive for me to even flirt with, though. I mean, so they're sweet, though.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, they're really cool. Let me. I kind of want to get into the meat of what we're going to talk about. I'm kind of itching. What does my producer say? Oh gosh, I'll have to get back to him later. All right, so we're gonna go and get rolling into it, man. I got my notes ready. I'm excited to talk about our showdown, and I don't know how we want to start. I took a bunch of notes. I think what I want to do is I want to first start off before we go into our categories. I would like to go off a couple of pros and cons of each movie before we get into actual categories, which we're going to base these off of the best lead actor, the best supporting cast, the story, the action/kills, quotability, the score, and overall direction. So cinematography, editing, all that stuff. And each one will just be 1 point. And by the end of it, you know, whoever's got the most wins, and it's undisputed the better movie. But I wanted a couple of notes as I was watching Surviving the Game. It had been a few years since I've seen this. A positive, you're right. As I remember it, Gary Busey's monologue was electric.
Yes.
Absolutely electric. And dude, his acting is really good. Like,
Yeah.
he's fucking insane. But to go along with that, a downside is him getting killed off first is such a crime.
He should have. Yeah, he should have been the second.
He should have been. Yeah, him and Rutger Hauer.
Rutger Hauer's awesome too.
I
though.
love F. Murray Abraham. All these
Yeah.
guys are great, but no, Gary Busey needed to be to the end
He stole the show, man.
because he is so fucking crazy. You
Mhm.
would have loved to seen him like snap and him and Rutger Hauer like kind of like turn on each other. F. Murray Abraham, it's just I don't know. Yeah, it's such a crime, man. Another minus I have to say is F. Murray Abraham's son is annoying as fuck.
Oh yeah,
Dad.
I love that, dude.
But yeah, so and of course, I mean, hard target. I'm not gonna actually because some of this stuff will kind of get into some of the categories, so I'll hold off actually. But before you know, we'll figure out the points and then we'll determine what the best one is, and then we're gonna actually see how we feel about that score at the end.
Well,
individually.
kind of tell me, since you have recently watched Surviving the Game, what's your thoughts about it? Because I was hyping it up, which is still one of my favorite movies of the 90s. What is your overall
I have a
thoughts on
feeling,
it?
but I don't want to tell you that because I don't want to ruin how I feel, how I ranked the movies. Because I think there's goods to both, but I don't want to. What I want to say would spoil how I feel about
Okay,
it. at
I
the
got
end.
you.
But
So
I enjoyed it. Of course, it's like it's pretty much how I remember it. But we're gonna get down to splitting hairs here.
do you want to just go through the rankings first, and then we can talk about the movies? Or do you want to? How do you want to do this?
I want to go through each category and then we're going to go back
Yeah.
and forth and we're going to talk about it. So I'll
Okay.
just kind of like drive it and we're going to start with we're going to start with the first category, lead actor. How could we not? And if I could, I'm not saying that either one of our lead actors here, Jean-Claude Van Damme or Ice-T, are great actors, but it's not even fucking close. Jean-Claude Van Damme is so much better because Ice-T, everything he does is so fucking wooden. Yeah, it's funny, but he's like a fucking marionette. He's a puppet. And it's funny, don't get me wrong, but he just doesn't have the charisma. Like Van Damme's not a great actor, right? But he's got so much fucking charisma. He's being directed so well in this, between like the toothpick and the way he's standing. He's not saying that much in this movie, which is to his benefit, right? He's
Mhm.
just got the fucking presence. And I don't know. To me, it's no contest. The better leading character and actor is Van Damme for me.
No, I would agree with you just because I mean Ice-T isn't an actor. He's a, he's a musical
For
artist.
me, the guy's done fucking more movies than he has albums.
Well, but the thing about I mean him is he's gotten a lot better over the years. I mean, this is one of his first
Has
films.
he? Have you watched Law and Order SVU even in recent years?
He's a lot better than he is in this. Let's just say that. But I mean, he has really good cheesy one-liners. He has
We'll get
he
to that. We'll get to quotability.
okay.
That's a different category. I'm just talking about the character.
He has a very good presence in the film, and it's very like I go back to watch him as well. Like you might think he's a shitty wooden actor, but when I think of surviving the game, I think of Ice-T. Um, so I mean, a lot of these actors are fantastic in both of these films. So
You don't. I just think. I mean, Van Damme is better, but also just the character. I mean, you get hints of backstory with Van Damme. You get nothing from Ice-T other than he's homeless. You get
he's homeless, and his wife and
his
daughter,
wife and his
wife and
daughter.
kid died in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fire.
I just think he's pretty empty. I don't know, but I like him. I don't get me wrong. I like him. I'm just if we're
Yeah.
comparing it, I just don't think you can.
Yeah,
Fucking
there's not a whole lot of backstory there. I mean, there's not
Do you
with
want-
Van Damme either, but
Do you want the long-haired, greasy Van Damme with that look in the 5 o'clock shadow, or do you want fucking terrible-looking Predator wig Ice-T?
I think I think they both look cool.
Dude, it looks so silly before he cuts it. It looks a little bit more tolerable once he like cuts it or whatever. Like I get it. Ooh, it's so deep. This is new beginnings. He's in that shitty hotel. He gets paid $20, and the next scene, he's getting a shitty motel. He's got like a cheap bottle of wine and dinner. I'm like for $20, even in 1994, I don't think so. That's insane.
Hey, $10 the room, and then what? Oh, what was the hotel manager say? Better wash your ass or something like that.
Yeah, wash
Go
your
wash
ass.
your ass.
I like the way he just does business. Like, what I pay you for. I don't know, but
he's not a good actor, but there's something about him in that film that I find endearing.
and he cuts his hair, and I'm like, I don't know what this is supposed to mean. Like, this is a symbol of new beginnings.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. It's just
I
like,
get a new job. Yeah.
but anyway, he looks a little better like that. But dude, he looks so. I was just laughing. I can't take him seriously when he had that big long.
No.
It looks so dumb. But anyway, my vote goes to. I like them both.
Okay.
My vote has to go to Van Damme. Who's your vote?
I say Van Damme. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, now, this is where it gets tricky. Supporting cast. For me, this one was hard because I really do like the supporting cast in Hard Target. I love Lance. I love Wilford Brimley. First of all, everything Wilford Brimley says is a quote.
It's
for me.
hysterical. Yeah.
And even if it's not really anything, like I kill bad guy. Oh, it's like it's all fucking ridiculous. You got gone. Everything he says is so
It's
silly
ridiculous.
sounding.
Yeah.
I love Brimley. I love Lance. I love Arnold Vosloo as like the grunt, the second in command. He's very intimidating. But I can't say I'm obsessed with Yancey Butler.
She's
As
terrible.
Yeah, I can't say I love her. And I think I have to give it to Surviving the Game just because it's got more. I mean, I love Lance, dude. I love Arnold Vosloo. I love Wilford Brimley. But dude, that's three. We got fucking you got Charles S. Dutton, who's pretty good. F. Murray Abraham's a really great actor.
Mhm.
And you got fucking Gary Busey, man. You got the Buse. What can you say?
Yeah.
And you got Rutger Hauer. Dude, there is not enough crazy in this world to put Rutger Hauer and Gary Busey in
I
one
know.
movie
It's fantastic.
because they're both psychotic.
Yeah.
Like, how do you have them both in a film sharing the screen? And that's why I think it's such a crime that they didn't leave them for the last two, because you have these two fucking wild animals. And yeah, I'm just gonna give the slight edge to Surviving the Game there, just because it's just got a little more. But so
I agree with you on that 100%. Just because Rutger Hauer, you got Gary Busey. John C. McGinley's
Oh, and
something
Johnson
about it.
yeah,
Something about
Johnson
him. I love
McGinley's
him in
great.
that movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's great and everything. So for me, this is just coming down to a numbers game.
Yeah.
I'm not going to punish Hard Target because of Yancey Butler because I also can't stand F. Murray Abraham's son either. You
Oh,
know,
he's terrible. But
yeah,
but that makes it good. I actually enjoy that portion of it.
I I think but yeah, literally, I think if you literally put Rutger Hauer and moved him over in Hard Target, or if you moved Gary Busey in Hard Target, it would shift the balance. And like, oh, we might that. So it's really just down to the numbers here.
And I think Lance is great in that movie, but like you're saying, he's not crazy enough because he goes by his rules. Like, okay, we're not hunting, or what's his name, the old fart.
Mhm.
He's like, so he's basically going by rules. I mean, Rucker Hauer isn't, him or Gary Busey.
Gary
They're just
Busey's
fucking insane, man.
off his fucking
They
rock.
they have chopped off heads in the cabin,
Yeah, it's
sitting in jars, dude.
it's like yeah, it's almost like Hostel 2 took a page from this movie where it's a little
Yeah.
bit Hostel 2 where yeah, they're real batshit. So yeah, I'm gonna give the edge to to surviving the game. So you agree?
Yes.
So we're keeping score here. I think I need to keep score. I don't have a pen. Let me see here. Let me pull up
1-1.
1-1. Okay, I just don't want to get confused. All right. Story. Now, I get it. They're both very similar. And it's not like there's a whole lot of story to go around in either one of these. And you could even argue story is not incredibly important. I actually really like how surviving the game just cuts the bullshit
Mhm.
and gets you right to the hunting. He's a homeless guy. They take him there, and you're pretty much it turns into the Predator the whole movie. Whereas Hard Target, it's more about Yancey Butler's father. What happened to him, right? I need your help. Help me find my father. He's
Nobody gives a
missing."
shit about that.
No, I'm not saying I don't, but I'm just saying the differences.
Yeah, yeah.
And pretty much what you get pretty much throughout the whole of surviving the game is all pretty much built up towards the end of Hard Target.
Mhm.
It's like the whole climax. But with that said, I have to give the story nod to Hard Target because there actually is more of a story here. There's no story. There's like hardly anything in surviving the game. So there's a reason. There's a reason. There's a little bit more character development, I feel. And just like I said, it doesn't blow its. I like how surviving the game gets right to it, but at the same time, I think it makes the payoff of Hard Target so much better, personally, where it's that build up. That's just me. So I'm gonna give it. There's just more story.
Yeah, and I see where you're coming from. I like the fact that surviving the game doesn't have the story. Like you're in it and it's over, that sort of thing. Like Hard Target, the first third of the movie I think is shitty, but I love the last 2/3 of the movie. I think it's great. So that's the only reason why I would give it to surviving the game. That's just my opinion on that. I'm not saying
So we're gonna have different.
I'm not saying the finale's better by any means, but we'll get to that later. But
We will get to it, but we have to consider that. So we'll get to it. Like you might. I mean, I don't give a shit. Let's fucking talk about it. It's part of the story. You might say the first third, that setup of Hard Target, lacks. But dude, it's just no contest. The fucking last third, the ending of Hard Target, destroys surviving the game.
Absolutely.
It destroys it. And honestly, I really fucking hate the ending of surviving the game, actually, because it should have never left the compound. The fact that it's
Yeah.
like 3 days later and
Mm.
he's fucking dressing as a priest, and all of a sudden he's being hunted in the alleyways by, always looking the barrel, checking the I think that's a weird tacked on ending. I think it's a little cheap. Like for example, how did fucking Ice-T get out of there? Like
Yeah, it's a cheap ending. I mean, I thought it was
on.
I thought it was kind of part of me actually enjoys it for what it is. I mean, it does fall apart when it comes to that. I did like the fact that he's like, choking him with the rosary, that sort of thing. Rutger Hauer, he's the crazy priest. But yeah, it fell apart compared to Hard
Is he
Target.
supposed to be a real priest, or is he just like faking his identity? Because
He's faking his identity. He's
Yeah,
trying to
let's
leave.
get down.
He's trying to leave the country. But Hard Target is one of the greatest endings in action movie history.
And
So,
and honestly, it's all about the ending.
mhm.
You know, I'd rather take, which I don't have a problem. It's just the story. I don't have a problem with the build up and the world building and the story building. I don't have, if the payoff's there.
Yeah,
And I would rather have that than a movie kind of flounder in the last 10 minutes, 15 minutes. That's just me. I think one is definitely more important than the other. And yeah, I think the ending of Surviving the Game hurts it a little bit.
yeah, no, I agree.
I just think, yeah, there's things I would change about it. Like, yeah, keep Gary Busey alive.
Mhm.
Make that, have the conflict end on the compound. Don't fucking do 3 days later. Have it end, and then make it more explosive by putting Gary Busey in there, not F. Murray Abraham, and letting that really play into it. I just think it got real wrapped up really fast, and I felt like I like a good spiffy runtime, but I feel like there was no savoring. I honestly, I think the 90-minute runtime was a little too fast because he was just picking everybody off a little too easily. Um, it wasn't like First Blood where they're really savoring the hunting and the searching. And
Yeah,
there's the meticulous crafting of the stuff and the traps and him, and and you actually get to get a sense of fear of like the enemies when they realize, God, this guy's a real formidable foe. You don't get that with this movie. It's just real wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Like
well,
literally, no, he's like right away, he's going back to the cabin to fucking set it on fire, and Gary
yeah.
Busey's dead. Like, what the fuck?
What
And
they should have done with that is they should have killed off Rutger Howard on the compound, like you're saying. They should have brought Gary Busey back, like when he's trying to get on the plane, and like have him like, okay, he didn't die in the cabin, the fire, that sort of thing. They brought him back as the final villain. So I don't know. I thought that would have been probably the way to go.
it was just a little anticlimactic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. For me, yeah, it's got to be Hard Target all the way. The next category, so that's fine. I have 2-1. You have 2-1 together. We'll continue.
I don't know. I'm kind of like the last third of the movie is fantastic for Hard
And
Target.
that's
So
what
I don't know.
counts, right? It's all
Yeah.
about it. The foreplay is one thing, but you better pay off. And if you
Yeah,
don't
you
pay
you
off,
can you can convince me on it. I'll give it to you on that.
so but the next category we're gonna kind of like talk about a similar thing. It's the action/kills. They both have great things going for them.
Mhm.
I love Charles Dutton getting his legs blown off. I mean, as much as I don't like how Gary Busey gets killed early, it's satisfying to watch him fucking get roasted.
Yeah. Yeah.
um, but the way I think, because I did a double feature, and I think for me, it's like going back to 1978. Black Sabbath took Van Halen out on their first national tour, and Van Halen wiped them off the fucking map because this is 1978 Black Sabbath. They were falling apart. They were about ready to fire Ozzy. They were at the end of it. And Van Halen was the new hotness, and they were fucking on fire. First album was dropping. Um, if you would have saw Black Sabbath first, you would have been like, man, that was awesome. And then you would have saw Van Halen after him. You'd be like, fucking shit. That was the fucking entree to the appetizer I just got. But the fact that you just witnessed a 1978 Van Halen before you saw Black Sabbath, that's the way I feel about this. I'm glad I watched Surviving the Game first because I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And then I watched Hard Target again right after it. I'm like, dude, it just, it gave me perspective. Like, oh, these are both good, blah blah blah. But dude, if I would have watched Hard Target first, even though I watched it recently, if I would have watched it first in my double feature, I would have been way more critical of Surviving the Game. That's
The
just
the action sequences are completely different. I mean, one is top notch, and so is Surviving the Game. They have great action sequences. John C. McGinley getting his head blown off, like you're saying. The other guy getting his legs blown off.
He gets a bullet to the head.
Bullet to the head. I mean,
cool.
it's cool. Yeah.
It's a little elementary, but it's cool. Like I said, when I'm watching Surviving the Game, when I haven't taken in Hard Target right after, I'm enjoying it. I'm like, oh man, Charles Dutton losing his legs is fun.
Yeah.
Bullet to the head's cool, nice touch. But then You cleanse your palate with Hard Target. You got Wilford Brimley arrow through the neck, dude.
Yeah.
You got the JCVD upside down guns, dude. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, and dude, you have I love it. Even like when Yancey Butler shoots the guy in the groin, dude, he just goes, "You fucking,"
Yeah.
he just lights him up, dude. It's so satisfying. And then the Arnold Vosloo death, dude, where he slides under the table, boom, 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 and he shoots him
Yeah.
from below, dude. It's just you can't beat John Woo. Everything is like a fucking ballet. It's a dance.
No, that motorcycle scene alone is, I mean, that's just top notch right
But
there.
when Yancey Butler, and this will kind of tie into the directing too. When Yancey Butler at the end, like in those, when she throws him the gun in slow motion, and he's got two guns, and it
Mhm.
just turns into bam, 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 bam. It's just like he's like fucking. You could see. Obviously, this is John Woo, and you see a lot of the stuff that he would repeat and do again in Face Off because they do that
Mhm.
shit in Face Off, and they even have the wall, right, where him and Arnold Vosloo are on either side of the wall and they're talking
Yep.
to each other. It's the same thing he did in Face Off a few years later, and they start shooting at the wall, right, and moving, bam, 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 bam. He ripped himself off with Face Off, and it's just so fucking good. And like I said, I enjoyed what I was watching and surviving the game, but after I watched Hard Target, I'm like, dude, it is not even a fucking contest. Not even a contest.
Oh, with the action, no, not at all.
It's so fucking cool. Very inventive.
Yeah.
So yeah, my vote has to go to Hard Target.
Yeah,
on that
absolutely.
one.
Yeah.
Quotability. This one's going to be real tough. This is one of the clinchers because some of the ones I took note of surviving the game. How did that make you feel? I came in my fucking pants.
Yeah.
Like, the delivery's so fucking weird, dude. It's just and then I like
Stevie Wonder could follow these tracks.
I like my meat rare. Try well done, bitch. When he right
Yeah.
before he kills Gary Busey. It's like, what? It's just so corny, dude. And then like and then Charles Dutton. I don't even want to fucking say it because I'm tired of listening to this F word.
Yeah.
He drops the F word, dude. Like, oh, and it just hits you in the gut. Like, did he really just say that?
One of my favorite quotes from Rucker Hauer. Life's true pleasures is so unpredictable. I'd say cherish the moment for what it is. Observe your food, smell it, touch it, put your mind into it, and then finally you're ready, consume it slowly.
No, it's brilliant. I really wish we could have somehow put Rucker Hauer in Hard Target. No, because he's fantastic.
He's like,
Like
you
I
do
said,
it your way, I'll do it mine. That's what
Yeah.
he says.
You got two guys in this movie that just chew scenery, man.
Oh, yeah.
But Hard Target's got some good ones too, man. You
Yeah.
got, like I said, anything Wilford Brimley says. You got take your big stick and your boyfriend and find the bus to catch. Like classic fucking Van Damme stuff. And of course you've got my favorite, I don't have a driver license. I love that, dude. It cracks me up. In my mind, I think Hard Target's winning right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and give this one to Surviving the Game, to be fair.
I think surviving the game is more quotable to me. That
Yeah.
I mean, that's just me. But
I'm gonna give it to Surviving the Game. But like I said, I think Wilford Brimley, everything he says is fucking quotable. But yeah, I'll give that one to Surviving the Game. Let's see. And then okay. To me, this stuff is very important. Let's talk about the music, the score. And I'm just gonna go out here and say
Hard Target got this.
yes. Surviving the Game, even though Stuart Copeland did the soundtrack, the police drummer, he did a lot of film scores. I, did he really score this movie, or did they just pick some fucking generic shit he had lying around and paste it on the movie? Because nothing about the score is memorable. It's very generic. It
No, it's
doesn't
like saxophone or something. It's
it
just
does, no, it's just like just generic. I don't. It's not even memorable. It doesn't even weave, and it doesn't even like drive the film at all. It literally just feels like it's there, and I don't think it adds anything. Whereas you have Hard Target, you have the Delta Blues slide guitar. Like
Mhm.
it's just that it's just so interesting. Like it's very unique, right? Van Damme showing up in the slow motion.
Well,
It's
yeah, you
fucking
have
cool.
Clapton and you have CCR. I mean,
It's fucking cool. But I'm saying the actual score, not the
oh,
soundtrack.
the score.
The
Okay,
score.
yeah.
I'm talking about the score, man. It's like they decided to go something totally not action. It's
Mhm.
unless we're talking about the very end where it gets then it becomes a little bit more high octane. But up until then, dude, it's like Delta Blues slide guitar shit, and it's so cool because they're in New Orleans and stuff.
Bayou, yeah.
It's so unique that I can't not give it to that one. Um, it that one's a no brainer in my opinion.
No, I agree with you on that.
And then overall direction, we're gonna talk about cinematography and editing. I just how could this not be Hard Target? How John Woo, because you have a guy that directed Surviving the Game. It is very by numbers. It's very enjoyable, but I wouldn't say it stands out from like a cinematographer's perspective. It's not an editor's wet dream or anything like that. It's carried by its actors. That's what carries it. Um, but just dude, fucking John Woo. It's John Woo, man. It's nothing but style. It oozes style. You have all the slow mo stuff, dude, like throwing the gun slow mo to the fucking the in what's it called the extreme close ups they use. It's got a lot of his signature shit all over this stuff, and like I said, the action sequences they play out like a ballet. They just it's so much fun to watch. Um,
It's definitely hard target. I mean, I wouldn't consider Surviving the Game bad when it comes to the cinematography and stuff. I think it looks great. But it's just I mean not as memorable as Hard Target.
I don't know. I feel like some of the cast is too good for the actual project. I think it's good. Don't get me wrong. I just feel like it could have had different people involved to elevate it, right? Because it's very vanilla in a lot of that stuff, in my opinion. But I don't know, man. If we're going off of points, how many categories did I have here? One, two, three, four, five, six. If we're going off points, it's 4-2 hard target. That's what it is. Now
Yeah.
that can be the winner, but what's your favorite? Like bullshit aside, hard target's the winner, but like what? Sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes like the bullshit, and what's your favorite?
My favorite I love Hard Target, but I love Surviving the Game. Just be more nostalgia, more quotable for me growing up. I love Hard Target. Like I said, the last 2/3 I think is fantastic. It's one of the greatest action movies of the 90s. Um, but there's just
And
something.
it's a standout Van Damme movie.
Yeah.
There's no other Van Damme movie like that. And I don't think I would say John Woo is like an auteur. He's like a real action movie auteur. And I know Van Damme worked with like Ringo Lam and stuff, these other Hong Kong guys and stuff, and that's cool. But just I don't think he ever worked with a director that really elevated and made him because he made his performance good. He's not a bad actor. He talks less. He made him cool. Just it just brought so much life. I mean, you could have had shitty cast in this movie, and all the directing and the style and the editing would have fucking elevated it. That's why I think Surviving the Game, the cast is so good where it elevates where it lacks in other areas. I mean, I can only imagine if like Rutger Hauer or Gary Busey was in Hard Target. But
No,
that's
yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
for me, yeah, I would give it just because the more nostalgic and I grew up with it, I would give it Surviving the Game. That's just me. I could understand. I don't think it's a better film than Hard Target,
Yeah.
but for
So
me, I would say that.
on that note, though, we can't count nostalgia as far as our official thing. We can't because nostalgia's it's an unfair scale.
Yeah.
But so it's official 4-2. Hard Target is the better film. I know if I directed Hard Target, if I directed both of them, and I could only keep one and put one to market. I'm like, oh, I think I have to go Hard Target because it's just, yeah, man.
Well, when somebody asks me one of my favorite movies of the 90s, I say Surviving the Game just because it brings me back to the 90s every time I watch it.
There, I just think it doesn't savor enough. Like the kills are not there, the action isn't there. Like you said, the kills that we're getting, John C. McGinley getting shot in the head, that's done by the bad guys, man. It's not like Van Damme taking his time, dude, and fucking just blowing up all these people, dude.
No, I agree.
I am bricked up during that whole scene at the end, dude. Like I said, from the moment she throws him that second gun, dude, I am hard as a fucking rock because it's just I don't know. It just it's marinating, dude. And like, dude, I'm ejaculating when he slides under that table, dude. He lights up all fossil. It's so fucking awesome. And then like when he lands and he's got like the grenade on his thing, and It's just so cool, man. It actually makes me want to watch it again. But I like it the more I watch it. I like it
Yeah,
more and more.
I highly recommend that 4K because that looks really good. So
Yeah,
Kino
I
put
have it.
that out.
Yeah, I have it too. I'm waiting for Kino to finally update us on when Sudden Death is coming out. Not that Sudden Death is nearly as good a movie as Hard Target. It's
No,
not. Sudden Death,
it's
I
good.
compare it. No, Sudden Death is very much like a surviving the game, where it's not. It's a little vanilla, like there's nothing special. But I'd say most directors are like that. It's not every director is like a Tarantino or a John Woo, where you could spot their style a million miles away. Like the director is a star of the project. Most movies are going to be like surviving the game or sudden death or whatever, but that's just I don't know, that's just what makes Hard Target so special. But
Well, so we should do like a bracketology. So since surviving the game lost in the first round, we should put Hard Target up against another formal opponent. And I have that opponent.
does it have to keep going survival though?
No, action movies.
Okay, so now we can branch it off to action.
Uh
But if it's bracket, don't we have to do two other ones like tournament style, and then the winner of that one goes
okay.
head to head with Hard Target?
Okay. Yeah.
So I think we should pick a different kind of action movie, two more movies that are
Yeah.
similar,
Yeah.
and then we'll just like go head to head as which one's the better action movie. So what's another subgenre we could tackle that's kind of in the world of action?
Well, I have
The hostage movie.
it's
I mean,
it's got to be 90s action movies.
okay.
So, yeah, obviously Hard Target wins the first round. One movie that was just announced today, True Lies,
Okay.
has to go up against something.
You know what got a 4K announcement as well that didn't get a lot of press? The Raid, dude. The Raid's fucking amazing.
The
Did you
Raid.
watch The Raid.
The
The Raid Redemption came out like 12 years ago.
I saw it a long time. I don't remember it.
So good. I'm gonna pick that up for sure. But okay, so what's the genre? Are we going with espionage then? Like, what's the sub genre here? Where's the connection? So True Lies versus we can't say True Lies versus Terminator 2. It's not fair. It's got to be a similar type of. Are we doing True Lies versus like a James Bond movie? What are we doing?
Huh.
Or something involving terrorists, maybe? I'd
Yeah.
say there has to be something similar. Um,
I mean, we can do Die Hard if you want.
mm,
But technically Die Hard didn't come out in the 90s, or wasn't it 89?
it was 88.
Yeah.
88.
Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Versus what?
True Lies.
I mean, I just don't see the connection.
Let's see.
We'll
have to marinate on it.
Let's think about it. But I like this idea of the bracket, the tournament. What the winner gets, I don't really know. It's just for our own like enjoyment. But
yeah, big news about True Lies finally coming out in 4K, which I am so stoked for. I mean, as shitty as the cover looks, but I really don't care. I mean, I've been waiting for that thing forever.
hold on. You know what movies are very similar? We could do the not action movie, like the action star not in an action movie. So if you get what I'm saying, like Van Damme did Nowhere to Run, right? Or it's kind of a pseudo action drama. You see Nowhere to Run, right?
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like a high octane action movie. It's more about him and the family, and he's got the people are trying to take the land and shit like that. Then you have like Steven Seagal's On Dangerous Ground, where they're also big companies trying to come in and take all the land. They're very similar movies. It's not high. Those would be fun. But then you would have to sit through On Dangerous Ground, and I don't want to wish that on my fucking worst enemy, because I'll tell you right now, it's not as good.
I got one. I don't know if it'll go up against True Lies, but
look,
Demolition Man.
You know what I think's a good one too? Oh,
What?
Demolition Man versus what? Before I forget it, we could do don't do Die Hard, because that's not fair, because Die Hard was so big that it basically created its own genre, a Die Hard movie.
Yeah.
So Die Hard, but what if we go head to head with Die Hard knockoffs? You could have Sudden Death and you could have Under Siege. They're both terrorist invasion movies, right? You got terrorists taking over a fucking boat, and you got terrorists taking over the hockey rink. I'm just saying that's
What about Under Siege 2?
I'd really have to brush up on. I would let you pick whatever one you want because I'd have to watch Under Siege too. But
Okay.
I'm just saying
Okay. Well,
that's a
okay.
subgenre. The die hard terrorists like takeover movie, right? That's just a.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do Under Siege 2 then
All right.
versus
I'm gonna
Sudden
assume.
Death, right?
I'm gonna assume Under Siege 2 is a very similar premise.
Yeah. Yeah. Mhm.
There's terrorists that
Terrorists take over the train. Yeah. Yeah.
okay take over the train. All right.
Yeah.
So okay, there we go. Yeah, fucking. And I just recently watched Hard Target, so I'm nice and oiled on that one.
Oh, you mean Hard Target? You
No,
recently
I mean Sudden Death.
Sudden Death. Okay. I
Yes.
need to. Okay. I need to rewatch both of them. So.
So
All right.
I've
So
never
Southern.
seen Under Siege 2. Under Siege 1, I don't know why, but I have a feeling Under Siege 1's the better movie, Todd. I've never seen Under Siege 2, but I just have a feeling Under Siege 1's better.
Oh God, dude. Growing up, I love Under Siege 2 10 times better than Under Siege 1.
Under Siege 1 has Tommy Lee Jones, which is he's pretty electric as the villain, but anyway, no. Okay.
Okay, yeah. So my pick and your pick. Your pick is Sudden Death.
Well, I suggested both, but okay.
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 So Under Siege 2 is my pick. So we're going against each other. You won the first round then.
Okay. Well, I've never seen Under Siege 2.
Perfect.
I can't. But I'm saying I can't really like put a stake down. I've seen
Yeah.
Under Siege 1. I think Under Siege 1 and Sudden Death is a really good battleground. That because you don't want to do like you don't want to do Terminator 2 versus fucking Marked for Death. It's gonna get the floor wiped with it, right? But I really think Under Siege 1 at least and then Sudden Death are perfect. They're like on a set. So I'm gonna trust you that Under Siege 2 is of a similar quality because Under Siege is one of the better Seagal movies. He's only got a few.
Under Siege 2 is my favorite Seagal movie.
All right. So I'll take that to the bank. I'll have to watch that then. Who's the villain in that again?
It's
I almost said Willem Dafoe, but that's Speed 2. What is the? I know it's somebody.
Eric Bogeson.
Oh.
He's like a nerd.
Oh, I don't know. All right. Well, I look forward to watching something new. So, all right. So, the next one will be Sudden Death versus Under Siege 2. Dark Territory. Dark Territory.
Yeah, from the sounds of it, I might go 0 for 2, but I want you to watch Under Siege. I want you to watch Under Siege 2. So
but I want it to be kind of a fair. I don't want it to be a massacre. Like if it's
I don't think it would be.
Okay.
No, I don't think it will be. I really enjoy Under Siege 2. So
okay. All right. So that'll be it. In the meantime, I think that's all for this week. We're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Hopefully you guys like this. Let us know in the comments when the video goes live and let us know if you like these. And by all means, suggest some things. You kind of have an idea of how we're trying to go with this. Like I said, don't fucking make us, don't make us compare a Rolls Royce to a fucking Toyota Corolla. You know what I mean? Like it's got to be a fair playing field. But we'll catch you guys next time. Make sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Bye.